Hello. Welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. In the last episode, we were working on building some stuff, essentially. We're trying to get our budget sorted out here a little bit, and that was really about it. So let's just, hop right in and start building some stuff, or working on some stuff, I suppose. How are our docks looking comparatively to everyone else? We're still behind. So let's build that up and try to get our funding down as well on top of it all. Our coastal subs, we've had some reliability upgrades. So what can we build here? So we can build 73 reliability subs. Let's go ahead and build 5 of those, and that'll help drain our treasury a little bit. Russia and Japan are still at war, and I think France is involved in there as well somewhere. I don't expect that war to continue for very much longer, but who knows? They could very well fight for the next year. Britain's spending 10% of their naval budget on research. Oh, wow. Hmm. Okay, so Britain has a positive balance. I wonder what they're building. I have a feeling they would be building a bunch of stuff, and they are. They're building a dreadnought and 4 battle cruisers. And they still have a positive balance, apparently. So who knows? There we go. The economy is recovering. We're getting some private shipbuilding. France and Japan have made peace. Wow, Djibouti was granted independence from France in the process. Let's back our ally to get some budget and some prestige. Why not? A rebellion has broken out in Cuba. That is an enemy we would actually kind of like to fight, I think, is Spain. Try to start taking over some of their territories. Let's resume construction on one of our pueblos. Let's resume construction on a couple of them, actually. Try and get them done before they're obsolete, before they're even finished. Britain and France are allies now. Luckily, our war with Britain is over, done with. Let's get rid of all these Strive class, and that will save us. We're at 1044. Let's scrap them. So about 450 or so per month saved and taken over by these the more uniform advocate class. Excellent. Let's continue pressing the button, and I think I might. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start finishing up the other pueblo. 12 cruisers. What the heck can we do with? How can we do that? I don't know. Well, we can try. Land-based naval aircraft. Let's build up here in. A lot of our fighting was taking place up around this area. I'll tell you what, we'll build in Miami. So let's build fortification. We'll build an air base in Miami. And I think we have an airship base here at St. John. So is this, hang on, I know we built another one, an airship base in Halifax. We have one in Singapore. We don't want one in Singapore or Bergen. So let's get rid of all of these things that are costing us budget, essentially. We don't need airship bases. I don't mind like actual air bases all that much. All right. So we need to build some gold diggers We need to build some cheap destroyers to take advantage of. Hmm. Actually, we can run at a deficit for a while. But we could have built 18. Yeah, we're gonna build some gold diggers. So you know what that means. We're going down in tonnage. 2,000 tons. Is that even legal? Must be larger than 2,000. Okay, so let's go up to 2,100. It has to be faster than 17 knots, it said. Or, here we go. What if we got to 2,500 tons? Can't be identified as a legal ship. Go back down on the weight. Can't be identified as a legal ship. Well, this isn't exactly the cheap light cruiser I was hoping for. What if we take away some of the belt armor? So we need to use up 135 tons on here somehow. Yeah, these are ending up kind of expensive. I mean, at this point, we're spending 500 per month to build. We might as well crank it up to 3,500 tons, 25 knots. I hate this. I thought I could make it like really cheap. It's 2,600 tons is the smallest I can make it for five, whatever. We're not saving. No, okay. So we got to keep the big guns on there to make it cheap. What if we just put like armor on? Armor is actually not very expensive. So 549, so 550 essentially versus 554. Okay, so armor and guns are about the same. Okay. Speed, slow. Yeah, so these are gold diggers. They have no purpose in life really, because we have to make so many of them. So they don't really have any purpose in life other than okay, that saved us a little bit of money. Throwing on torpedo defense and shrinking the guns down. Actually sort of works. Hmm. Just trying to find ways to cheat the system here. 130 tons. What if we had an extended belt? There we go. It's 505. Yeah, so that's really about as cheap as we can get, and it looks horrible. All right. Well, that will have to do. It's going to cost 9,000 to build 18 of these. So it's going to put us pretty heavily into debt, and then we lose money at the same time. Fantastic. Yeah, let's develop some naval patrol craft. We want speed and reliability on this. Okay, so we took a small budget hit there. Not great, but we're probably going to pause the Pueblos again. Oh, the Indefatigable has been largest battle cruiser in the world, 28,000 tons. That is a big boy. I want to take a look at it here in a minute, but we could have built 18 of these mofos. All right, that puts us into some debts. And you know what? We can ride this debt that we have here for a little while. We don't have to keep pausing stuff. But I want to go look at Britain. Here it is. It's the incomparable class. So it might be one of these designs. It just doesn't have any armor other than belt, like we saw before. 28 knots, which is insane, with 14-inch guns. So yeah, this thing is an absolute menace. They have uh they're building or built for there's four in the series already, so and they're also working on a 27,000 ton battleship on top of everything else. Meanwhile, we're going broke. Oh my gosh, reduce our money, of course. We're going broke just trying to build some heavy cruisers. All right. And we also have a few things that like we're building up bases, I think, um, simultaneously. I think we are anyhow. Yeah, I think we're building up Shanghai. We're building Norway and Shanghai right now. We also got some submarines building, so it's a little bit deceptive. But we will have to pause at Pueblo again, just so we don't lose money at too fast of a rate. We're going to sell to anyone who wants to buy because we're not risking uh, leaking any technology there. And it didn't help our budget really at all, but I think that increases our national resources. All right, keep on pressing the button. And the reason why we're building these gold diggers is because if we refuse to, do what they want us to do, they strip away our budget, they strip away prestige. They pretty heavily strip away prestige. And this way we gain a prestige and we gain a budget, even though it's probably temporary. We get amphibious operations. Don't care too much about that at the moment. There we go. Let's blame. Who can we raise tension with? We'll raise tensions with Germany. That'll get us into the yellow with them. Spread our tension out a little bit. Yes. All right, what do we got here? We're looking for range. This one here has the best range. This also has the best speed. And it's lacking in maneuverability, but who cares, really? Oh, excellent. All right, so we got a little bit of tension here. It's nice. It's what we need. We've got our docks finished up. We will develop float plane scouts. Why not? Speed and reliability again. Okay, and our monthly balance has dropped sort of back down to where we can resume construction here. For in a couple of months, these pueblos will be the first of the pueblos. Hey, this is Panama Canal. That's good. That's going to save us a lot of sailing. Okay. Lovely. We're getting some industrial boost. Oh, and it's the Pueblo's fast, so 27 knots. Maybe it'll go 28. No, thank you for the offer, but we don't want to build another gold digger. We could negotiate an agreement with someone, or go for tension. So let's negotiate an agreement with France, I think, if we can, because they have allies. France is allied with Britain and okay, so that actually probably won't work because they already have a couple of allies. So we could ally ourselves with, I'd say, kind of say Japan. You know what? We don't need an ally. We need budget. We need tension. We need money. Money, money, money. There, that's nice. Okay. And then hopefully next month, the first of our Pueblos will be finished. Although I think we already just finished one. Yes, we did. All right. And we also finished a Kansas a while back that I forgot to assign to a division. All right. So let's clear out the first and second cruiser divisions. So we're going to move them to 7 and 6. And this one here will be in Division 1. There's already a ship in there, apparently. Where is it? There it is. There you go. Division 7. Save. All right. And we'll check our dock size again. Always comparing to other people. We're up to 34.5. All right. We're finally caught up in dock size. Now, let's check out our base situation here in Norway. 6 months left on that build, and probably 6 months left in Singapore, was it? No, it was Shanghai. 10 months left in Shanghai. All right. And then we also have submarines that are being built. Those will be done in 2 months. So that'll free up another 1,000. And then we'll be able to figure out where we're going from here. I'm thinking a new round of battleships, maybe like just 3 battleships of a new class. Yes, this will secure the. Here we go. We'll do it. We'll do it so we get 1 tension, not 2. There we go. It's a 1% weight savings on the hull. And there's the above water. There's the tubes on light cruisers. All right. So maybe we'll hold off on the new battleships for a minute here. And we'll work on the actual light cruisers we were trying to build last time around. Quadruple turrets. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Keep on pressing the button. Better torpedoes. Float plane scouts are available for whatever. I don't really see any improvements, so we're going to cancel that and just go with the float plane scout that we're already messing with, I think. Okay, there are the first heavy cruiser division finished. And then we have 3 of these Seattles, which need an overhaul, unfortunately. These are our foreign station ships, essentially. Let's not risk technology getting spread out or leaked. And our tension with Britain's going down, which is unfortunate, because that's going to start putting us at risk of losing our budget again. These Wyomings are old, and you know what? They are old and nasty. I really would like to start a new round of battleships. Yeah, we'll sell to Russia. They're not really an enemy at the moment, and we need the money. This is one time when we actually need money. So let's go 2 more months, and then we'll start the new battleship class. We'll sell to Japan. Oh, that is a fantastic breakthrough there. Reduced engine horsepower requirements. So we'll better build some speedy battleships. So like all these battleships that Britain is building right now and all the other big nations, they're good, but they might be a little bit slow if they haven't been incorporating this new tech in there. So we're gonna go for speed and reliability with our fighters. All right, Norway is finished with the base expansion. Now let's design a dreadnought, and we'll be taking advantage of our tonnage here. So we can go for 33,000 tons if we really wanted to. 23 knots. Hang on. Let's compare before we start this. So what's Germany have? So their newest, looks like their newest one is the Mecklenburg. It's 27,000. It's 23 knots, 14-inch guns. 27,000, 25 knots with 14-inch guns. Then these ones we can't even identify. These are actually battle cruisers. So 28,000 with 21 knots. And yeah, okay. So we have a good baseline. All right, there's the Arizona. 24 knots base speed so far. Clear out the torpedo mounts. It's the first thing what I like to do because I'm not going to be running torpedoes on these. So it's all or nothing armor scheme, 3 inches of deck, 12.5 inches of belt. We could go down to 12 inches of belt even. We could go to triple turrets. Okay. Decrease. All right. So that puts us at a bunch of 14-inch guns. We can go up to 15. We go up to 16-inch guns, like traditional American gunnery caliber. We can go with oil turbines. We've got torpedo defense. Let's go up to 33,000 tons. That will allow it. I do want more ammo, however. So let's... There we go. So we're reducing the number of secondaries that we have. We're going to get rid of these tertiaries. But what we're doing is we're trading that for more ammo for the main gun, which is 16 inches. For 24 knots. 25 would be too much. Should we go to 25 knots? Okay, that's really all we can do. We can shave down a little bit of the tonnage. Actually, let's leave it at 34,000 even. Man, that's an ugly looking ship. Leave it at 34,000 even. Gives us an extra 100 tons of displacement to play with for fire controls and whatever else we want to put on there later on. The Arizona. Yeah, we'll do the Arizona. Why not? And we'll have to try to find a way to squeeze out 3 of these. I think we're going to be able to do it, but we'll just have to check. I got 4, basically, I'm going to build up 4 months worth of balance here in the meantime. Samoa, do we care? We can get some tension. Yeah, let's get some tension. I don't care about Samoa, but the tension's nice to have. It'll keep our budget up. Gives us a little bit of a presence in the South Pacific, but who cares? All right, Germany and Spain are no longer friends. To avoid raising tensions any further, we're gonna sacrifice the prestige and apologize and be like, "Hey, we're sorry. We'll give you money if you'll just not make an issue with the fact that one of our ships like ran aground on your territory." All right, we're gonna go for budget and tension here, even though it's gonna crank tension up with Britain again. We need money. All right, this is secondary director. We're gonna actually install this on on the Arizona. So we will have to rework the design, which means another month of reworks, but that's okay. We need to fix that. And our mobiles are getting outdated as well. We have a lot of rebuilds we have to finish. These friggin' gold diggers. They are truly horrendous ships. All right, rework the design. And we're going to put directors on our secondaries. And save and finish. Yes. Gives us one more month. And we're going to be able to crank out 3 of those. No problem. And we'll be able to start some rebuilds while we're at it. And let's try and lower tension. Maybe we'll get Britain to go down. Not really in the mood for another Worth Britain right now. So here are our fighter options. The speeds are all pretty much identical. The ranges are all pretty much identical. So nothing really matters other than stats. So we'll just go for this one here. We'll go for Lockheed. All right, let's build. So we can build 1, 2, 3 of the Arizonas. And we need to spend a bunch of money actually to try to get our situation here under control. So we're going to do all the mobiles at the same time. We'll do half of them, or about half. So open for rebuild. Let's replace the machinery. Let's increase the speed. We can give them oil turbines if we really wanted to. That gives it even more extra space to play with. We can clear off all these mounts and replace them with can we actually do that? I don't think we can. Okay. Okay. You know what? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, let's start over. Open for rebuild. What if we just do a simple machinery replacement? Because these ships are very old. Hmm. All right, all the gold diggers. One more. We need to build one more, and then we can start scrapping the gold diggers. Okay, first things first. Let's do the Seattles. Rebuild the Seattles. Replace the machinery. We'll give them oil turbines. We can upgrade the secondary guns. We can put a new director on. We can give them a secondary director. We can make it more speedy. Okay, this is an old hull, so it can't go. All right, that's crappy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to design new light cruisers. We're going to this is what we wanted to do anyhow. So we're going to go up to like 6,000 tons. Gives us 28 speed. We've got the broadside swivel mounts, which is what we want. We can make it a minesweeper, I think. Okay, we can't. But we can make it. We can give it mines for mine warfare. We can go up to 29 knots, which is allowed. We got a bunch of 6-inch guns on here. We'll give them a little bit more ammunition. And then we'll take it down to a 1-inch deck. Then we start stripping away tonnage to try to lower the cost of it. Cool. That works. Yeah, that is fine. It's the Flint class. It's got a bunch of. Actually, I don't like the the port forward starboard turrets. I don't like the number 1 and 2s or the 3 and 4s. So we just strip them off and replace them with a single forward turret, which does the same job essentially. And can we put a midships turret on here? Is that allowed? It is allowed. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty decent. It's all right. I mean, it's not like a modern cruiser. It doesn't have like double turrets or anything like that, but this will do. This will get the job done. So we'll save. And in the meantime, for these pueblos that are about to finish, so we're going to build one more Arizona and save the game. And we're in 2 months of this balance and hope that we don't get screwed. Here's a privately built float plane scout. It's worse than what we have, so we're going to keep what we have. Tension went down with Britain a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, we'll build. We like submarines, so we'll build more of those. Okay. Yeah, we're going to build a bunch of these flints. We're going to build uh, 12 flints. It seems excessive. It might be. We also need to build 16 submarines, so I might actually have to adjust a little bit. So, oh, they have to be like medium subs. They can't be right. They have to build. I can't build more than 12 at a time. Something like that. There we go. That's allowed. Cool. So yeah, we're going to be in a little bit of a deficit here for a while. I'm actually going to get rid of 2 of the flints. There we go. And then the Pueblo finished in 3. This Pueblo will finish in 3 months, and then this one will finish in 10. We'll see. I'm just draining the budget. Actually, let's get rid of 2 more. All right, 2. We were a little bit dreamy about that, but let's see. Oh, there goes tensions with the Brits. Our power makes them apprehensive. And of course, they do that when they're allied with the French. But we have our battleships now, so we're not particularly worried. All right. We can get some budget by criticizing Russia. Yeah, we'll develop torpedo bombers too while we're at it. Speed and reliability, as usual. We want these early biplanes are really slow, and they're very unreliable. So you want them to be able to get there. You want them to be able to launch off the ground, and you want them to be able to get there. So let's assign these Pueblos to the 2nd Cruiser Division, and let's get rid of these gold diggers. They're eating up our budget. Uh, you know what? Yeah, we'll sell one to Italy. Enjoy these lemons. Italy's crazy if they want to buy the gold diggers. They're like, what's the most useless ship we can possibly purchase? I want to build another advocate while we're at it. Because we did get Samoa, so that might change our trade protection requirements a little bit. All right, we're going to run at this deficit for a little bit here. We're to increase tensions with Germany. Germany has no friends. Increases endurance of our ships. That's very cool. And now we get shipboard air operations. So we immediately need to put that on high priority. We're going to go down to medium on torpedoes now to even that out and keep everything else as is for now. And we've got a bunch of subs being built. I'm going to get rid of the 61 reliability ones. They're just eating up our. I'm going to get rid of the 67 and lower actually. They're eating up our budget and they're not doing anything when we get into war. It's like they're not helping at all. Here's the Courageous, which is a Furious class battle cruiser. 28 knots, 14-inch guns. Yikes. Okay. But I mean, the Arizonas, they're 25 knots, and they're battleships, so they got 16-inch guns. I am very eager to see those in combat. All right, we get our praise for building submarines. We get weight savings on hull design. And hey, once the Arizonas are finished, we can finally retire the Wyomings, which will be pretty sweet. These Seattles, maybe I will just give them like just a machinery. Oh my gosh, machinery replacement. Put them up to 25 knots. Upgrade the secondaries. Throw directors on there, and then not worry about it very much more. Like we'll not even upgrade the engines or anything. That'll be fine. And these will just continue to be our foreign station ships for a little while longer. And they're 9,000 tons, so they're not even like very good candidates for like light carrier rebuilds or anything. Not really. Let's resolve things by diplomatic means. We can hopefully cut tensions with Britain just a little bit here. We're riding the edge. There's the seaplane carriers. There we go. That's nice. That's about where you want the tension. All right, let's design a seaplane carrier. 4,400 tons. We can we can go smaller than that. What we do is we chop the speed. We chop the armor. We have 5 air. How big does this thing have to be? Well, we don't. How do we have? Oh, get out of here. We don't need catapults on this thing. Okay. This lets us have a lot of extra weight remaining. Like it's not getting mad at all about that. How low can we go? Let's get rid of some of the belts. Just making them as cheap as possible. Shrink the guns down in size. That doesn't help very much. Some of the major thing that affects it is how slow it is. Like that makes it cheap. Look how small we can get them. Wow. They're just a little fella. Wow, look how small they can get. Is that real? Am I dreaming right now? I feel like I'm having an out of body experience or something. Okay, that's fine. That's probably all the smaller we need to make it. It's 300. We'll build 2 of those. Yeah. We'll just build a couple of those. And there's been an upheaval in Sumatra. We don't care about Sumatra. We'll give up a prestige because we don't want to raise tensions with Britain for whatever reason, but it's not really that big of a deal what's going on in Sumatra. And this is all pretty much exactly the same. We're just going to take the one that offers the best stats, the Republic. Okay, and we're approaching the 40-minute mark, so let's try and get this done quick. Virgin Islands, we don't care about Virgin Islands. Better torpedoes. All right, let's build 2 of these Sway class. Cool. So at the end of the episode, let's take a look at our construction queue. We're at 22 knots, 22 months for all of these Arizonas to finish building. We're rebuilding our foreign station Seattles. We've got one more Pueblo. It's about to pop out. We've got several Flints that they're a year away or so. And then we just got like one more Advocate class escorts and a couple of these little seaplane carriers. Hopefully, if I can remember, that's the problem, is always trying to remember. Once these Seattles finish their rebuilds, that should even out the budget quite a lot. Then it'll just be a matter of building a second flight of Flints, essentially, because we're building 8 of them. We can probably build another 8, no problem. That'll give us 4 squadrons of them. So there we go. We will make our backup at the end of the episode, as always. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out and watching, putting up with all my various mistakes and all the things that annoy the heck out of you. Uh, I'm glad that you haven't given up on me. So I'll see you all next time, and sail safe out there.